Hey everyone, it's me, Summer. I decided to videotape myself doing this thing because I've never done that, so it's pretty cool. I'm right there in the little corner. Anyway, so I decided to do this Prezi and talk about what I learned in technology for educators. So first, of course, we started with the flipped classroom, and I thought that was so cool because as someone who's interested in math, it's really hard for math teachers to teach something in the classroom and then give the students the work when they might not remember what you said in the classroom. And I feel like it's a lot easier to be able to have that flipped classroom where you can go through a PowerPoint presentation or me teaching it even in front of the classroom and having them watch the video as homework. That takes maybe 30 minutes. So it's about a good homework time, 15 to 30 minutes of teaching a new subject, and then of course having them come back into the classroom and really getting into those nitty-gritty algebra problems. And I feel like that's so much better because it allows the student to get started, warm up with the lesson, maybe practice a couple on a special PowerPoint or something so they can get a couple problems and make them really easy, and then they can get into the difficult questions, because a lot of times we teach the easy way, let them get their feet wet, and then have them go home with the harder questions, and they're so confused and they just give up. So it's a lot better because it's more cohesive. And so here are two of the presentations that I made, and I was able to upload them using Screencast-O-Matic, and I thought it was just so easy and simple, and just made for a better presentation because you could hear me talking about it, and I have a lovely voice. The second thing I learned was about making my e-portfolio. I decided to use Google Sites. I took the class in college, Achieving Professional Success, so I was able to already make that presentation, and I used it through Google and through my University of La Verne, and then when you click that, you're able to see my account. So it's my name right here, about me, about a little bit of what I do, a couple pictures of me, a little quote. I'm able to share my community involvement, education pieces, samples of work experience, and then it also links up to my LinkedIn, which is very encouraged. It's something that as a manager at Proud Digital Media that we use when we're hiring because it's a lot more interactive and we're able to see more of what people do than just on a resume, because it's hard to put everything that you do on a resume, so we're really able to see the skills, a picture, just see a little bit about their personality, how they're able to jazz up their LinkedIn account and even their website. So that's something that I learned using this class. And one of my favorite things, which actually surprised me, was the QR code. So that actually links to my website. And it's really good because I'm able to put it on my business cards. So that way I don't have to tell people, okay, go on www.sites.google./x, whatever, all that business, and I can just put it on my business card, and so it's clean and people are able to scan it, go to my website, see more about what I do. Second, we learned about Makerspace. So I put this little video. Oops, there we go. It's gonna let me play it.
What is a makerspace? Let's start by splitting up the word. Make, space. Make means to create. Means to ponder. Space is an area. Makerspaces are for exploring, creating, and building. More importantly, makerspaces are for discovering new ideas. Makerspaces are a place to find solutions.
So if you guys want to watch the rest of that video, then it's on my Prezi. but just for time's sake, I'll just keep going. So I really liked Makerspace, although I'm going to be more involved in math. I would definitely use Makerspace if I was a geometry teacher, to help them get hands-on training using geometry to create things. Maybe, oh geez, I'm drawing a blank. Working with fields, we could build mini houses and look at the construction of that. And so I did a little collage of what Makerspace is all about. All right, so that was all about that. Creating a podcast. I ended up creating a podcast by interviewing a woman that had come to my work to talk about her center. And I'll let you listen to a little snippet of that.
Hey, it's Summer Garcia from Proud Digital Media, and today we're here with Margaret from the Dawes Center of the Arts. Margaret, how are you doing today?
Great.
It's really nice to have you here, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the Dawes Museum. And so why don't you paint a picture for our listeners about what can they expect when they walk into your museum?
Well, the Dawes Center for the Arts is located on Main Street in downtown Pomona.
So that podcast was all about the Dawes Center for the Arts, which is a really great organization and a museum kind of thing in the city of Pomona. They offer all types of classes, and they're really asking for teachers to come in and volunteer to teach classes, art classes, science classes, anything that you want to come and teach at the Dawes Center. And I think it's great for educators or future educators to go there and volunteer because it gives you hands-on training. And also it's really great for the community because it's, for those that are low income. So you don't get paid, but, you get that experience and it's a lot of fun. Next I learned about Flipboard, and okay, I don't have my phone right here, but I created a Flipboard account and I never used it. It was an app on my iPhone already and I didn't know what it was, and I can't believe I did not have it before because as someone who's a broadcast journalism major, it was so fun just being able to flip through tons of articles and then be able to differentiate them through education. So I created my education Flipboard and had a bunch of stuff on articles for that, but I absolutely love it. And Flipboard is just an app that helps you link together certain articles that are interested to you. You can have kids create their own Flipboard accounts and bring them to class, write about it. There's so many ways you can integrate multiple intelligences into just using Flipboard accounts because it's a great way to give students the opportunity to have articles that are just so easy at the tips of their fingers, and then they can look at what they like, share about it, write about it, create something about what they read, and it allows them to keep their interest. Next, after creating a podcast, was the Google Earth project, which was a lot of fun for me as someone who's really interested in digital media. I'd never done this before, but it was so cool, being able to go throughout the world. I did mine on Harry Potter locations because I wanted to do something a little more fun, and I think it would be fun if I was teaching digital media because I would be able to say, okay, let's pick your favorite movie, Lord of the Rings, Twilight, and I want you to show me where they filmed, all the scenes. That would be really cool because they're able to write about it. They're able to visualize it. They're able to talk to their friends about it. And all those multiple intelligences, they can even use a naturalistic, linguistic, so many different multiple intelligences that can really help create this project. And learning about that, the importance of using Google Earth to show their pictures, to show what they love, to be able to see the Earth, right there. It's really cool. Even being able to show, okay, hey, here's where I grew up. Let's find it on the Google Earth map. Here's my house, maybe that's a little creepy. I don't want kids to know my house, but in my experience, my overall experience was really great. I thought it was so great, and I don't want to be a kid's ass, but I thought it was so great that I wrote my Education 306 paper on it, which is right here. So I literally wrote a paper about integrating writing in the digital age, and one of the things that I talked about the most was blogging, and that's something that we did in the classroom. But being able to respond to your classmates, You know, and I wrote this. This is one of my favorite paragraphs. Traditionally, writing reports and essays seem to have been the best way to assess writing skills. The student writes the essay, the teacher reads the essay, rushes feedback, probably at 3 a.m., hyped on coffee. The student glances at these notes and throws away the paper. And the method is not effective, yet it continues to be the narrative of schools across the country. And luckily, blogging is an effective strategy to combat the traditional methods of writing. Blogging is a term describing writing in the digital age. They're updated frequently. They allow for reader engagement. Students can discuss in the comment section, give feedback. They can say, hey, you missed a couple grammar spots here, here, here. So I, as a teacher, don't need to go back and correct those things. Those have already been corrected by their peers, by the parents. The parents, I totally get them to go in and be like, hey, grade this stuff. Like, let me see what you see. And then I can really go into the student and say, hey, this paragraph could have been stronger by adding, this detail, and focus on strengthening their writing instead of having to focus on the little things that the peers could look out for. And it saves you time, and there's so many websites, Kidsblog, Blogger.com, that can just really help students. And I also write about using PowerPoint and Prezi, which I've already used before, and I love it. And I also wrote about using Twitter. Twitter, I love Twitter. Most people don't understand the effectiveness of Twitter and the point of it. I love it because it's short. I could give the kids a Flipboard article and then have them tweet about it. It allows for them to go on different platforms and read. It's something that is at their phones. We have such a hard time getting kids to do their homework. If it's right in front of them, they're going to do it. If they're already on Twitter, it's like, hey, why not get my homework done? It's already right there. So anyway, overall, I learned so much in my Technology for Educators class, and I'm so glad that I took this course. And I just want to say thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope that you learned a little bit of something from what I learned. Thank you.